Hey guys, welcome back. We're here with a completely different Jeep.
Let's see,
So,
how many projects is this now?
This one's not ours though. So, we have Angela from our Oklahoma Jeepers group. She bought herself a new Jeep. It's a 2019 Jeep JL. It is completely stock right now. I think she bought some new rims, but looks good. She's also got a JKS 2.5-inch lift that we're gonna go ahead and get installed for her. I got some pictures of it that we'll get through. It includes all the parts that you would need. It's got the springs, it's got all the disconnects, it comes with the shocks and everything. So all we're gonna have to do is pull it apart and start putting it back together. Yep. So let's get started on it. All right, guys, got everything moved out of the way. First thing we're gonna do is we're gonna get the whole Jeep in the air so we can get the tires off, and then we'll move on from there.
Just keep working. How hard are we going? I forgot this ain't yours. That was a whole lot quicker. That's the difference. Oh.
Yep, all the suspension's loose.
Here you go, Chris.
Well, Matt's almost done with this.
I don't care.
All right, guys, and this is what you're left with. This is, once the tires are removed, this is what you got and what you see. This JKS system is gonna replace the spring. It will add a bump stop here. It will also change these to quick disconnects and give a bracket for the disconnect, yep, right there, to be able to attach to when you've got them off. So the other thing it also replaces is the track bar, which is right here. So we'll pull that out, and this is all just for the front. The rear has a little bit of slightly different stuff. So let's get this front torn into and get these pieces pulled out.
Yeah, I went another way.
I see that.
The right way.
All right, guys. So we just pulled off the
Sway bar links, and the
thank you.
shocks.
We pulled off the sway bar links. There's two ways that you can do it, and that's what Patrick was just talking about. So there is actually a Allen on the top end of it, so you can put the Allen in there and then wrench it off, or you can put a vice grip on the back part of it and still be able to get it off. Both ways work. So it's just whichever you have the tools for.
That Allen's a 6.
It's a 6. Okay. All right. Well, the next step is lowering it down far enough to get the track bar. You're right, track bar. We gotta pull the track bar off. Then we'll drop it to get the springs. All right, guys. One of the other things you have to remove is the track bar. So we're gonna go ahead and get it removed real quick.
Let's bolt back in this hole.
All right, Chris, you ready? Pull it out. All right, guys. So one other thing it says to do is this little bracket right there that holds all the
Brake lines.
brake lines. Yeah.
And you'll probably have to take this one off too.
So what you have to do is you have to pull those brackets, and what that does is that gives you enough room for the axle to drop to be able to pull those springs out. So it's important not to skip that step, because if you don't remove that, you'll break some brake lines. Ha ha ha. All right, guys, we're bringing the axle down so that we can get the springs out of it. And pop. There it was. There was one pop.
Oh, we can still go. Can we go further?
Oh yeah, go farther.
No, I meant with the jack. I didn't know. Chris, do not pull that spring out.
Yep, there you go. All right. All right, that's got plenty of room. And out comes the spring. Yeah! All right, guys. So here's what we got so far. We're gonna get the spring back onto the bucket. Now, if you put the bump stop on and screw it all down and everything else before you put the spring on, it makes the spring a whole lot harder to get on. So what you can do is go ahead and put the bump stop within the spring, and my little trick is just zip strip it in there But that way it's in there, it'll drop down and everything else. So now all we got to do is get just a little bit of pressure, and it's on. We're gonna rotate it to where it sits right there. Cut my zip strip, and there it is. It sits on there. Here's my bolt, and there it is. Now all I gotta do is get the nut in the bottom. So I'll get the nut in the bottom, we'll get the other side done, and then we'll be back to get the rest of the stuff put together. All right, guys, I learned a very valuable lesson. There's a panel right here. It's a bracket that holds your brake lines again. There's a screw in it. If you pull this out, you can get underneath and get that bolt or the nut to hold the bump stop in. But remember, take this off. All right, guys. So we're gonna put on this bracket real quick, and the bracket is for the quick disconnect. So once you disconnect the sway bar from the axle, there's a little bracket that they've got that you can connect to so they don't flop up and down, that we're gonna get installed right quick. There we go. And just like that, it's in. All right, guys, so we got the shocks back in there. We've already got them tightened up. These are just, the tops are really just a pain in the butt to get to. You can pull out the fender, but that requires pulling all the rivets and all the rest of the stuff. But it is possible to work around it. It's just a little difficult. But other than that, don't forget to put your brackets back on. Otherwise, you're gonna have a bad day when they get caught on something. All right, guys. So for this JKS system, we were just looking at the instructions. So you're supposed to cut this ear off right here, which is where the old sway bar mount was at. So once you get this cut off, you'll mount it into the other side where the sway bar mount was before. All right, so we got this cut off. So now we're gonna get this sway bar link put in there. So it goes in on this side, and that way it gives it enough room to actually be able to attach. So I'm gonna work on getting that in.
Just literally bought these Wednesday.
All right, guys, so for this, per the instructions, just so you have numbers to start, it is 9 inches center to center on your sway bar links. All right, guys, so after some further reading, we need the longer for the non-Rubicon models. Now the Rubicon models are different. This is not Rubicon. You need the little bit longer little sleeve with the rubber sleeve that goes over it to be able to put these on. And that gives it that little bit of extra space. Now what do I do with my nut? Oh yeah, that fits a whole lot better anyways. Look at that.
Okay.
Oh dear Lord.
It's just probably like.
All right, guys, with all of that, we now have the front together, minus the track bar, but the Jeep needs to be on the ground on its wheels in order to put the track bar in to be able to have it the right size. So that's all with that. So now we're gonna move to the back. All right, guys, and just like that, we're to the rear. So this one's gonna be just as simple. We pull off the shocks, we pull off the track bar, but we'll actually reuse the track bar. So we'll only pull off the other side of it. We'll pull off the sway bar links. We'll drop the axle as far down as it'll go. We'll pull out the springs. But here's the caveat to this one. The bump stops are actually on the outside. So we'll actually can mount the bump stops on there, get the springs back in there, and then start pushing everything back up together. So let's get started on that. All right, guys, so I loosened the track bar, and I've actually just zip stripped it up here. You can find any random spot will be good, but it's just gonna keep it out of the way because we've actually got to put a bracket over here that will adjust it outward.
And anymore, the axle just kind of hangs here.
Oh, okay.
I just put a little bit of pressure.
Okay.
Yeah, under it.
Yeah. Yeah. It's not going. Hey, hold on. I might have to try and come from the other side. It might be easier.
You mean where you put that mount?
The bump stop?
Yep. But you take it off again.
Something fell off.
I thought that this tighter springs were supposed to go to the top.
Oh, I was talking about this being tighter. Right here. You got a smaller end down there. No, I gotta get a hold of something.
All right. Oh, that was down.
Yeah. All right. I'm moving the jack. Watch your head and hands.
Yep, clear.
Well,
Well, that dropped it like another inch or so.
yeah. It looked like it was off the jack earlier.
It's still not off the jock now.
Okay, hang on. Ready?
Yep.
All right.
Getting there. Ow, fingers. All right.
Ready?
Yep. Ouch. All right, it's on.
You picked the wrong end?
Yep, I picked the wrong end. I was only listening to you.
I said that end should go up.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did. I said the tighter end should go up.
And that's what I did.
No, you didn't.
That's what I had originally, and you questioned it.
No. All right. Let me get back on here. You ready?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Ow.
Did you get it out?
Yes. It smacked me in the face, but yes.
Good. Next time you listen to me.
I did listen to you. That's why I turned it around.
Look at this end,
Look, Linda.
and look at that end.
I know, and that's the way I had it the first time. Yep.
Ready?
Yep. All right, it's on. Oh! We recorded every bit of that.
I did.
Oh, you did?
I did.
All right, guys. So one of the other things that we found in this kit that's rather interesting, your TPMS sensor sits on top of this bracket right here. They want you to pull the bracket and move the whole sensor to right here on the top of the spring bucket. But you also get a little clamp to actually help hold the emergency brake cable. So we're going to get all this switched out real quick.
Stay right here. Find it? All right, guys, so we got the springs in, we've got the bump stops on, and if I can get down here, right here we had to mark for the new track bar bracket, as well as over here. So these are going to be 2 7/16 holes, and the one back over here, I believe that one's a 1/2 inch. So now I'm going to start putting in the shocks and getting the sway bar lengths adjusted and put in. So we'll get that going.
All right, just so you guys can see. So there's actually a 2-part bracket to this one. Where's the other part?
I'm not there yet.
Oh, okay. So the first one holds the bolt right here, and there's actually another sleeve that has to sit there in the middle, and a bolt that goes on the back. And then the other one, which will get attached here in a minute, goes across the top of it and supports down here. So we're gonna get this tightened up real quick. I mean, I say we. Patrick's doing all the work right now. Or is it gotta go through that one?
Yeah, there it goes. Goes like that, and then I gotta get, it's a 21 on the front, or on the bolt, and a 22 on the nut. And I don't have the adapter. I do got this in me though. Yeah, axle's gonna have to go up.
All right, so that's the completed track bar bracket. It's a doozy, let me tell you. So all we got left is we're gonna attach the sway bar links, the shocks, and then put tires on it, then put it on the ground.
The one that was laying on the floor.
Our wonderful spectators. Patrick's over here finishing up the rear shock.
Probably this one.
It probably is that one.
I just beat this thing in here. Beat it.
Wonder where that one came from then. That one's just as long.
Dang it, that washer got caught.
Oh.
There it went.
Yep.
Okay. That's
All right,
the size
guys.
it's getting.
That's the size.
Tires ready to go on it. Well, we got
All right, guys. So everything is now assembled. Now we get to lift it up, put the tires on it, and get the jacks out from underneath it, which are probably going to be too short for the tires anyways.
Oh, I haven't gotten one of those.
We haven't given out too many. You ready?
Yeah.
You ready?
Whatever.
All right, guys. Here we go. Whee!
That was anticlimactic.
Yeah, well, it didn't go down very far because we lifted it a long way up.
Oh yeah.
There it is, guys. We got to put the track bar in the front of it, but it's sitting on its own weight now.
And the wheel caps.
And the wheel caps. We're working on that. Let's go do the track bar, and then let's do some measurements. We finished it all. It's, I kid you not, by all the measurements, it is about 6 inches taller. So I think some of it's gonna settle out. I hope. We'll see.
I mean, it's only supposed to be a 2.5 inch lift.
Plus the tires, which
Yeah.
would have been another 2, because you went from, or no, 1 inch, which went from 33 to 35.
Yeah.
6. But anywho,
It
nonetheless.
is
So hopefully so, but
it was easy.
it was relatively easy. It took us 5 hours, but that was, I had to run to the hardware store to get some drills, by the way, because you need some drills. We had lunch, we snacked, we did all the fun stuff.
Yeah,
So
we goofed off.
yeah, and it was still only 5 hours. So
Yep.
other than that, Angela, do you like it so far?
I love it. Yep.
Good.
Yes.
Good. So hopefully we'll see her out on the trail now. Other than that, this was the JKS 2.5 inch lift. It did come with the shocks. It did have the springs and the front track bar. It did not have any control arms whatsoever. But 2.5, you don't really need them.
No.
So, other than that, that's going to be the completion of this video. That's completion of this installation. We're going to run it downtown, get an alignment, and that's it.
Yep.
So, other than that, see y'all next Friday.
Bye.
Bye, guys.